One of the most popular search terms in the world probably is productivity hacks. How to be more productive. Anything that has to do with saving people time. Everybody's always looking for the magic formula. And while I don't believe in the magic formula for basically anything, I do feel like there are some things that you can put in place to really step up your game in the productivity world. And one of those things is this tool called Zapier. Now, Zapier is an automation tool that allows you to hook programs together and allows you to kind of make things happen on autopilot without you ever having to touch it. And it is a magical, magical unicorn and one of my favorite tools in the world. So today I want to teach you how to use Zapier and how I use it to better automate my business so you can copy that. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are an entrepreneur looking to grow your income and grow your leads and put your content to work for you so you can actually do the work that you love, you are in the right place. I'm Jessica and I'm a video and YouTube marketing strategist, and I teach you to do just that. To record videos, to put them out on YouTube, to put them out on Facebook or wherever you're putting them and make them work for you so that you can make sales without having to ask for them. Kind of my dream, and it's probably your dream too. So make sure you hit subscribe if that's you so you don't miss anything else from moi. All right, so this is in no way a paid sponsorship. This is in no way a sponsored post. This is in no way an affiliate link. Nothing, actually. This is just me telling you what an awesome system Zapier is and showing you how to use it. Because a lot of people will be like, okay, that's great, the Zapier does those things, but they don't understand how to work the system, and in turn, they get overwhelmed and they just never use it, and they waste a lot of time doing things that Zapier could be doing for them. So in just a few seconds, I'm gonna hop into a Zapier tutorial, but first, I wanted to tell you a few of my favorite ways that I use Zapier in my business to automate things. One of my favorite ways that I use this is to take forms that I'm having people fill out, whether that's from Dubsado or Typeform or Google Forms or whatever, and taking those responses and automatically putting them in a list and tagging me on Trello. That's probably one of my favorite things because I can put out a survey or a form or whatever for people, and I say, hey, fill this out, and I'm going to pick somebody to win X, Y, or Z with me. We set up a Zap to say, hey, whenever someone submits this form, make sure we add them to this list on Trello. And now I have everybody's responses organized really well without me having to go back and dig around in whatever the form was built on. So I absolutely love that Zap. Another one for me is that I use Samcart to actually do my checkout process for all of my membership and courses. I didn't actually used to do this, but that is the checkout process now, but I use Thinkific to host all of those things. The reason I have two different things, the reason I have Samcart and Thinkific is that at some point, I decided to start offering a $1 free trial, or it's not free, but a $1 trial to my membership community. And Thinkific just doesn't have that capability built into their checkout. So I decided to go with Samcart and hook Samcart to Thinkific. What's really awesome is that Samcart, even though it doesn't natively hook to Thinkific, all I have to do is set up a Zap one time. I don't have to do it multiple times. I set it up one time and I say, okay, anytime someone buys this product in Samcart, make sure they're added to this thing in Thinkific, and then it automatically also adds them to my email list in the right sequence and all of those things. So it's a really, really, really awesome tool, and I use it for so many other things. Like every time I publish a YouTube video, it publishes the thumbnail and a little blurb about the video onto Twitter, or every single time I publish a Instagram photo, it's publishing to Facebook. I have lots and lots and lots of Zaps set up, and I'll show you a few more of them in the tutorial, but let's get into it because this is going to make your business life so much better. So when you log into Zapier, which by the way is free up to a certain amount of Zaps, and I honestly don't remember what that is right now, but totally fine. You can check that out. So when you log into Zapier, this is what you see. There are some matches that they suggest for you. If it's your first time in, they'll just have some generic ones. But they know that I, like YouTube, and I like Dropbox and Google Forms and Google Calendars and Calendly. Like, these are all ones that I already have Zaps for. So they're suggesting some other ones for me. And these are literally as easy as clicking use this Zap, and it will help you set it up. So you can see all the different ways that might be possible to use this. So adding a new Stripe sale to a Google Sheet, adding an active campaign contact when there's a new Stripe charge, adding Stripe customers to MailChimp. Another one, here's a bunch for YouTube. Send new YouTube videos in a channel to a Facebook page. Send them to Slack. Send it to ChatFuelBot. Keep a list of videos matching a search string in a Dropbox text file. So, there are literally like an endless amount of Zaps you can use here, but I kind of want to show you how to set that up. So again, one of my favorites is to send like a type form to a Trello board. That's one of my favorites. Another one that I have set up is to, every time I publish a YouTube video, it goes to Twitter with the YouTube thumbnail as the image and a short description underneath the title. But it literally has so many apps. If you're thinking of an app you want to hook to something, just start typing it. So, here's ManyChat. So you could set up something like, I have a bot. So when the bot does this thing, do this other thing. You could say Trello, of course. So let me just show you a couple of the Trello's apps, just as a way to show you how this works. So when you hop in here, you want to click Make a Zap if you're not going to use one of these already formulated ones. And I really encourage you to think outside the box on this, because a lot of times we're like, that won't work. But really, if we came into Zapier, it totally would work. So let's just use Trello. So we're going to say, okay, when something happens in Trello, and here's all of the options you can use. So when a card is updated, when we get a new notification, when there's new activity, you can just kind of pick. But let's say when there's a new notification. So when something in Trello gives me a notification, then let's see what I want to do. So basically you run through and you'll have to hook your account. My account was already hooked. And then you'll just test. So basically if you have, have something in there that's already fired for that specific thing, then that's what you test for. So it will automatically give you some different options here that you might want to use with this Trello's app. But what I want to do is I want to go to Slack and say, every time I get a new Trello notification, I want to send a direct message to myself from the Slack bot. So save and continue. So what happens is it will pull up my Slack channel because I hooked it to it, and it will tell me like what, it will ask me to specify what I want. So my name in Slack is, I believe it's Jessica Stansberry, is my username. And then I want to say new update in Trello is part of the title, but then also I can hit this little plus and tell it that the data text is what I want to see. So basically what that is I'll be able to see that there was a new update in Trello and that the Butler bot in Trello copied a card to the future board calendar. So you can send it as a bot or you can send it as someone else. You can tell the bot's name. You don't have to do any of this, but you totally can. And then you can hit continue. Now, you'll just hit send test to Slack. And I just actually got a new Slack message that said the exact thing I put in from Zapier. and it said there's a new update in Trello, and it showed me what it was. So then you click finish and you name your Zap. Oop. And then you can turn it on and it's done. So I want to show you some of the really fun apps that I have. So again, with the Acuity Media going to WordPress, so a lot of these are tying a purchase in Thinkific or in Samcart, which are my two checkout services, to an active campaign like list. You can do this to ConvertKit, whatever. This one is fun. So after a call is over that has a specific title, then we send it to Trello, and I Slack someone in my team to tell them, hey, this call is over. You need to send them a survey. There's more Thinkific to Active Campaign. Let's see. So giveaway entry to Active Campaign. So when I ran a giveaway back a couple of months ago, it wouldn't let me directly tie the service I used to Active Campaign because I didn't use a regular service. They had to fill out a form. So they had to fill out a form and show me a screenshot of where they did the review and on my podcast, and then I picked a winner from there. So it was the Google form that I used going to Active Campaign and tagged with a certain thing, so I knew exactly who had come in that way. Podcast interview. So here's a fun one that is when someone purchases in Samcart, they need to go to Thinkific. When someone purchases in Samcart, they need to go to Bonjoro, which Bonjoro is a super fun app to have you send video messages to new people in your community or whatever. But what happens here is someone purchases through Samcart, and then if they match certain descriptions, so if they match like what they purchased in Samcart matches what I told Zapier to match here, then it goes to Bonjoro. Now, Bonjoro does natively integrate with like ConvertKit and Active Campaign and all of those, but it is only when a new contact is added. It's not, you can't segment it by tags or automations or whatever. So this is a really good way to do that. Here's a type form to Trello, which is really fun. So anytime someone fills out a type form, which was from a survey or from for a channel audit or whatever, it goes to Trello board. And here's YouTube to Twitter, which I love that one. And then the rest of these are all off, but we've just played around with this, and I encourage you to do the same thing. I hope that you just learned like 1,005 ways that Zapier can help you automate your business. Just little simple things that we don't even think about taking a lot of time, but when we add it up over and over and over again, they really do take a lot of time. So it is awesome to have something like this in place. If you learned something today, make sure to hit me with the thumbs up and hit subscribe so you don't miss any other tutorials, how-tos, and marketing tips just like this one. I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.